There we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the roll call. It is the afternoon of the 13th of April, 1:05, and we go again. West Ham, welcome to Anfield. There is the team. JK is with me. Sunny day. What more do you want? So let us know in the chat what you think of the team. If you're happy with it, I think we all got a little bit of something we were hoping for. Personally, I was hoping Dom would be dropped, and he has been dropped. So I'll take that one. And the big story, Nunes not even in the squad. So what's going on there? Where is Darwin? Where is Darwin? JK,
Easy now.
what do you think
How
of
you
it?
do- Um, Interesting to say the least. Like for me, the right back, fullbacks situation where you got Bradley coming in and Simicast. I think that's a good move. So what's like rested? I ain't gonna say dropped because drop sounds like he's rubbish.
Oh yeah,
uh,
like Onana has been rested for the game against Newcastle today
okay.
after his two mistakes. He was very tired after those two mistakes. I decided to rest him.
The rest of them, not dropped him. Yeah, they rested him.
No, just rest.
I think that Turkish lad will come in goal then.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Yeah. So
Bayern
that
Dair, whatever it is.
I've seen him one game. He played it. He played really well. But for me, Anana, as soon as they brought him, I knew sorted. They're going to be messed up for 3 seasons again. Goalkeeper's an important position in the team. Allison's come back in today.
Yeah, good
Let's
to
have a
see you.
quick look. Good to see. So he's in. Bradley's in. Simicast is in. Yep. So I think them positions are the positions that we needed to sort out. So Jones is coming for Sabotsalai, the way I said I wanted to see it. So he's done that. So that's cool. Just the up front one, he's got Yotta again. There you go,
Yeah,
Yotta. Get us a goal, bro. No pressure.
no, I'm not entirely pleased about that, but it is what it is. It was either going to be, as it turns out, it wasn't even, Nunes wasn't even going to be in the equation. Um, I'm sure the Twitter people will be saying this and that, but I haven't heard anything. Haven't seen he woke up with a stomach complaint kind of thing or anything like that. Haven't seen it yet. I'm sure someone in the chat will be out there looking around,
Point
seeing
out.
what the smoke signals are saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Simicast in for Robbo, fine, straightforward
Mm-hmm.
enough. Um, Up against probably maybe Kudus, Bowen, who knows? But he'll have an interesting afternoon either way. He
Mm-hmm.
won't have too much trouble with Wan-Bissaka, you would imagine. I don't want to jinx that, but he's not a great attacking right back. So um, Jones in for I like I was saying last night. I definitely wanted Dom to be rested. I didn't really care who came in. I think
Mm-hmm.
Jones has played. Jones has like Elliot hasn't even started in the league. He's only got like a couple of 100 minutes in the league at most.
Mm-hmm.
So it was probably always going to be Jonesy if Dom came out. So yeah, another opportunity for him. Bradley and Ali, great to have him back. Great to get the two boys back in there, get them playing as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just question marks over Jota. Just question marks over Jota. Can he actually show up today like he did against Everton? Bit more of that kind of going on. And yeah, I just would have liked to see Chiesa. Hopefully, he'll get a decent amount of minutes today, like half an hour maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that bench, like someone said there, you've got two goalkeepers on the bench.
Mad.
So
And then
we've got
Darwin
two
isn't there.
defenders. Yeah, we're kind of well spread. We've got two keep. Well, you just need a keeper. We've got three mids: Endo, Dom, Elliot. You've got
Two defenders.
Chiesa, Gakpo, and then Robbo and Kwanzaa. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
Hasha. Dom getting benched. Yeah, it's about time. Hush, hush, it's about time, man. He's been poor now for, well, some people would say he's been poor since day one. I'd say he's been poor for about a couple of months,
Hmm.
month and a half, maybe. But
Because the thing is, if he hasn't had like one good game in his whole Liverpool career, then you could say, you know what, get rid of him. But like for me, that Man City away, Tottenham away, he played real good, you know. And I don't understand why he can't do that every game. It's just like I don't understand it. Consistency, and he hasn't got that.
yeah, that's it. It's just, you kind of think, oh, he's kicked on now. He's kind of, he's playing with confidence, and then the next game he kind of goes back to the old Dom and doesn't really contribute much at all,
Hmm.
other than all that kind of work off the ball and all that stuff. But like Lee is saying, Chiesa could have started, give him half the game, 50-50 if Jota, if he ain't got the stamina. Yeah, right. But at least he's on the bench. I'm just intrigued to find out what's going on with Darwin. Um, yeah, and it's a good enough team. It's a strong enough side.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have a
I'm just
look
at
if
the West
anybody
Ham thing.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just bring that up.
yeah, West
Well,
Ham.
yeah, do you want to go through it?
Yeah, I could quickly go there. Ariella in goal, and you got Mavropanos, Tadibo, and Kilman in defence. Midfield, you've got Salah, Ward-Prowse, Wan-Bissaka, Skulls, Ollie Skulls. Never really heard of him. And then up
Yeah,
top, you've got forwards. You've got Paqueta, Kudos, Bowen. So they're playing like a 3-4-3 sort of thing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's how they're playing it. Look, when you look at that lineup, the front three, bang on. Midfield, we should be able to deal with that. I think Wan-Bissaka dropping in there from the defence is there. God, then you got Skulls. Not really heard of him. Ward-Prowse, not really been regular with the other manager they had. Salah also. So for me, that team, yeah, like on the bench, like even Ferguson is not getting any game time there.
hmm
The one he came in from
hasn't worked. Hasn't
hasn't
worked.
worked out. Yeah. Full Krug on the bench, Suchek, Alvarez, you know. Yeah, for me, our team should be able to deal with that today.
Yeah, you've got that major threat from set pieces with War Pros. Something you got to look out for, especially if they have him on the pitch with Fulkrug or Evan Ferguson on, or two big strikers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then you've got like Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen are much more techie,
Mm-hmm.
much more kind of ball, especially Paqueta and Kudus. And then Bowen is a small enough player. Uh, so it's really only Carlos Soler
Mm-hmm.
that's going to have any kind of, so that's four attackers is really all they've got. So I'd imagine they're going to be pushed back like 2 of 5 at the back a lot of the time with just Ward-Prowse and Paqueta probably sitting in front of him. Then Soler, Bowen, and Kudus to break. But we should be able to put him back, or we should be able to push him back. So it's not a quality, like they've got one or two top players in there, but that's not a quality side. Like Mavropanos, ex Arsenal guy from a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
Wan-Bissaka, Tadibo, ex Barca, but hasn't really kind of become a top player. Is it has this, we'll do the usual, has it changed your prediction, your score predictions?
Not really, because when you look at the subs bench, Suchek is probably the only guy um who I thought would probably play. Suchek, he's all right. He is Suchek. He ain't like a
Hmm.
flamboyant type of player, but he does a job, you know. So, but for me, with the way the lineups, I'm going to stick to 3-0. Me, I always say, when you look at our goals we let in over the last month, it's been Christmas time. Because when you look at the Fulham game, Curtis Jones, he set up their guy to get the equaliser. Andy Robertson, God knows what he was doing. He thought he was a gnome for Father Christmas, giving presents out left, right, and
Yeah,
centre. So for me, that's our problem. We only gift goals. We don't allow teams to play good football against us and score good goals. Very rarely. Is that in that Barcelona 3-0 when we lost the 3-0, then we beat them 4-0. Yeah, Messi's free kick, you know what I mean? That's a beauty. But in general, we always gift opposition gifts, and we've got to stop that. And that comes with concentration. Concentration levels go up and down with this lot sometimes, you know. And for me, when the defense is looking solid and the midfield, the game goes okay, you know. So for me today, I'm just looking for concentration levels to be bang on it. The league's wrapped up, in my opinion. Arsenal dropping points again yesterday,
yeah,
but
again.
for me,
Yeah.
that don't mean that we've got to take it in for a second year all the bloody time. We ain't got a Champions League quarter final coming up, second leg next week. So you know what I mean? It's like we got another week left for our next game. So I want to see 100 miles per hour today.
Do you think that might be an issue? The fact that we've been, like I said last night, I think a week is a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the boys would probably be rather than playing every kind of 4 days, 5 days max.
Mm-hmm.
The maximum gap. It kind of because after 4 days, 5 days, you still haven't played. 6 days, you still haven't played a game. Maybe it can take you that little bit longer to actually get out of the blocks. Then so because that playing every year or playing every 3 or 4 days can be just a rhythm thing, get you into it. Um, so I just hope we don't start slow. I hope it doesn't contribute to kind of us being a bit kind of lethargic and needing half an hour, 20 minutes to get into the groove of it, which is why I thought it would have been good for Chiesa to start because he would have started pretty much like he starts or like he comes into games like just on fire. So that's why I kind of thought that would have been an idea there. But yeah, I just think playing like you get a rest, good, but you don't play for ages, bad. It can be hard to know, like, can't it? Whether it's going to a good thing or a bad thing. You don't play in like 3 games in a week, but one or two, that's fine. Just see what the lads are saying. Yeah, is this a thing? Is he having a baby? Is that a thing at the moment? Like his wife or whatever? Maybe it's got something to do with his newborn, if he has a newborn or whatever it is. I don't know.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm not sure, bro.
if we win today, we can draw the rest and still be champions. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well, Hashash, that after the New Deal, they had a baby in February. Okay. After the New Deal, I was hoping maybe we might see a kind of a more energized Mo Salah today, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Who knows? Uh, Absolutely not, Trudon. Absolutely not. Um, that guy is what 34 now, and he
Man
broke
of the match
down last
yesterday.
year.
He played really good yesterday, though,
Yeah, off the back of
against
one
a good
game. Yeah.
Palace.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, for me, like, I wish he came to us before he went to City. For
10 years
me, he
ago, yeah,
was
but not now.
the Gerrard replacement. That was the guy. Look how many Premier Leagues he's won. 6, is it? He got Champions League as well, though. So, but for me, KDB was the guy to get when he was at Wolfsburg. And I was saying, I remember in like Twitter days and that, I was like, yeah, man, I have to get KDB from Wolfsburg. He's the guy. 18 million. When you look at 18 million now, it makes me laugh. But for me, yeah, KDB, fair play to the lad, top player. And he's the one guy who's been real good, and he never annoyed me. I wish him always well, KDB. I know he plays for City and stuff, but I always think he's a top lad. Van Dijk's good friend and stuff, you know what I mean? Top professional, man, top player, top player.
Yeah, just I think the injuries are starting to get to him now. I don't like he's someone that he's a luxury player to be able to bring on or start the odd game. I don't know. No, but just not for me. Like he's like 7, 8 years ago, even that would have been the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Not now. What
no,
do you reckon he
not
will do now? Like, just going off topic and that, KDB next year.
go to America.
Um, yeah.
I can go to the States, yeah. Pop Saudi, mate. Yeah, because I don't see him as a Saudi type player. Yeah,
Yeah, I know what you
I
mean.
don't think he
Yeah,
could take the sun. Bit too sunny over there for Kevin. Seen Kevin De Bruyne? I don't think I've ever seen the guy with like any
yeah,
kind
he
of a
goes
tan.
pink, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he goes
reckon he
pink.
burns easy. Yeah, he'd burn easy,
Bless him,
man.
man. Yeah, bless him,
Um,
Auntie.
yeah,
Let's shake it, bro. Bit up.
can't hear you, man.
Can you hear me or no?
Not really great.
Sounds like
Not
you're about 10
100%.
feet away from your mic.
Can you hear me or no? Or still no?
Yeah, a little bit better. A little bit better.
You're outside, is that all right?
Yeah, I'm outside. Yeah, I'm just on my way back
Everyone's
home
outside. It's a
actually.
nice day, isn't it?
Yeah. Spoke. I was actually bumped into a few Liverpool fans on the way to the game actually. To be fair, I left. I've been out early, so that's why. So
What do you reckon of the team, Atlante?
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's alright, I guess. I mean, obviously, I'm surprised he actually dropped for a goal. I'm a bit surprised about that. And Sobo, we should call in Curtis, but I'd rather Harvey to start and I'd rather Curtis with wherever Mac on the bench, if I'm honest. But apart from that, I mean, it's what I mean. Apart from that, it's just what we kind of expected, really. So there's no great big shock, really, apart from what Simicast, maybe Sobo being dropped. But yeah, it's all right. I mean, we'll see anyway.
Have you noticed, Nalante, the omission from the team?
What Sobo?
No, not even on the bench. Darwin Nunes, not even in the squad.
Wow. Okay, I've just missed that. Yeah, I just said that. Well, let me. I'm gonna just rub my eyes 2 times just to see this again. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
you were up a
boy.
bit
Well,
early.
yeah. Well, if that, I mean, we kind of already knew. We already knew he was going, but boy, that just kind of just boy, that just finalizes things even more.
Two keepers on the bench.
Two
No
But
keepers
to
on the
be
Darwin.
bench
honest,
as
I
well.
think I
Yeah.
think they as I don't think to be honest, I just don't think they get on because to be honest, Sort has kind of aired him out once or twice, and the Gus
No, I
points
mean, yeah.
broken down. To be honest, yeah, he's been. I've seen it long well end. And you like Brian, we were discussing yesterday on non-channel on LFC Reds forever that I think Darwin he's checked out. He's checked out, and I'm not gonna say this and that. I'm not gonna criticize him, but I mean, you can't blame him really. I mean, Slot has kind of made it clear. So if that's the case, fair enough. I've got no problem with that. If I'm honest, if he's checked out, it is what it is, you know. And I'm sure more will come out in the summer. But yeah, there you go.
Pops with some Sunday morning advice for you there.
It's not about cheering up, pops. I'm fine. I'm just dealing with other stuff. That's right. I'll be fine. Once we win the league, then you see me. I'll be on camera, everything, man. I'm all gonna come out the league, mate. Let's wrap up the league, and then yeah, then we'll
Yeah,
talk.
we all wanted Dom to be rested, right? I think everybody
Yeah.
wanted that. So he's done that. He didn't rest inverted commas Jota, hoping for that as well. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh, Simi gets a game, but Ali and Bradley are back. But yeah, it there's changes in there, but I don't think they massively improve us either. I
Yeah.
don't need. Oh, I'm
Agree.
going to blow these guys away now. I would just love to see
No.
Chiesa start through the middle because, like I was saying to JK there, with the gap between games, where you're a bit cold, it's a long time between games, and Chiesa is someone that starts with that energy because I'm a bit worried that we might not start with the energy because it's been such a gap. I thought Chiesa would have that instant kind of. He'd be taking on players from minute one, having a few shots, see how that keeper is feeling, and yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Whatever. We just have to win that team, regardless. Regardless, we just have to win and do the job. That's it. It's simple as. But like you said, Brian and JK, I think, God, I really, God, we hit with good minutes from Chiesa. Not just the odd 5 minutes. I just don't want to. Yeah, I'll get sick of it if I'm honest. Some good minutes, and obviously Gakpo's going to come on. I think that's predictable. He loves Gakpo, so he'll come on, and yeah, Chiesa doing it, and I hope and Elliot, hello. I hope they come on, and yeah, they'll get do the job. So yeah, it's interesting, but he's just been, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, the Simicast one is the one that oh, okay. Yeah, like you said, I agree, Brad. Not massive changes. Jones, I would have rather him start out of front of Gravenberch Mac. I would just love to see Harvey in the 10. I think he's made for this game in the 10, and then yeah, the rest picks itself really. So yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jared is saying there with some good news. Liverpool boss Arne Slot suggests there may not be much activity in the summer window for Reds. Yeah, I'm not buying that. I ain't buying that.
No, they're
Yeah,
buying. They are buying 100%. They are buying. Slot has already made it clear. Well, again, whether it's 2 or 4, but they are buying. They are definitely buying, regardless of whether the contract situation.
yeah, I don't like the sound of that.
Mm.
Could get your in the chat if you want to forget what you said last night. You've seen the teams now, so you can have a proper go at a prediction if you want. You can change it. So put your score predictions definitely in the chat, lads. I assume it's going to be more of a how many do you think we're going to beat them by kind of thing, rather than because even there was a couple of shouts last week that Fulham might give us a problem. But I don't think I've seen one person think that we ain't going to win this. So maybe that's it. That'll come back and bite us. But let us know, like I said, in the chat, whether you're going 1-0 all the way up to 5, because we're looking at that. We're looking at that crazy little 5-goal record. The only team ever to have scored 5 goals against the same team in a single season. If we get 5, we've beaten them 5-0 and 5-1. So if we put 5 past them today, that'll be a goal scoring record. So might have a go for that one. But I will stick with my 3-1. I'll stick with 3-1 anyway. Pop's going for the 2-0. Just wants a clean sheet. Yeah, Ali back. Ali agenda. What do you think, lads? Or I know JK's going to Nalante, what's your he's on mute. I don't know about goal scorers in this. Tiny wee bit worried about them with the quality that they have. If we give them a sniff, they might cause us issues. But I think it might be a slow start. I'm worried about a slow start from us today, to be honest.
Getting used to it, I think we were spoiled under Klopp. Like football it's all about energy, how you start the game off, sort of pays predicament to what's going to happen later on in the game and the result, And I think Slot has allowed too many teams to eat in our games. Letting them eat, letting them get into the game, having a main course, having a dessert, getting a win. Lost 3 games out of 4. I'm a positive type of Liverpool fan, but it gets to a point sometimes where you think, you want to see something different. You get that by changing the players involved in the lineup, and I think he's done a few changes today. Yeah, for me, I would have even started Chiesa instead of Jota. But for me, I want to see a different sort of mindset in this game where we don't just relax. And look at their front line, bro. They're the type of guys you don't want to give a chance to. Bowen, Kudos. Yeah, they can score goals. Paqueta's even he can score. So for me, mindset today has to be we've had a week off. Let's start this game fast.
And watch out for those, when you've got a lad like James Ward-Prowse on the pitch, don't give away silly free kicks, set pieces. I know it's like he'd probably be much rather taking corners with the likes of Fulkrug and Evan Ferguson up front, but he's still got good targets in there. So we've got to watch out for him as well. I think, don't give him, like silly opportunities. You got a 4-1 from Lee, 6-0.
Nice.
Philip with the 3-1. No worries, man. Alex with a 3-1. And Trudon with a 2-0. Sal McAllister. Yeah. I think I would be, if I was making a few kind of side bets, I would probably have a side bet on Salah doing the kind of the cliched celebrating the new contract with a goal kind of thing. I can't see who else is going to do it for us. I'm sure people will contribute, but there's no one out there that I think, he's on fire at the moment, or he's been doing the business lately, bits and pieces from all of them. But no, I couldn't pick one. I'd love, it'd be great to see Canale get a goal, Evo get a goal from a corner or something like that. Step up for his man of the match shouts, maybe. But other than that, yeah, I'll just wait and see where the goals might come from. But definitely Salah. Definitely Salah. He's got to come back. What's that, like, no goals in open play since January or something? He's a couple of penalties since then. So, yeah, let's hope that changes today. And then, yeah, VBD, Ibu, that'll be a confidence booster. But an early one from a corner, and like Jared's saying, yeah, James Ward-Prowse around, they're going to be they'll be sending up whatever big men they have, Mavropanos, Tadibo, that kind of thing. So, yeah, be switched on from set pieces. Switched on, absolutely. But no news yet on the VVD contract. We were thinking that might come out before today, but that's still in the ether. But no worries there with him. So is this Bradley's spot now for the rest of the season if he stays fit?
Yeah. I reckon so. Unless Trent.
No more Kwanzaa, do you reckon?
Yeah, no, Quan's at right back because he would have played them games, but Jones played them,
Yeah.
Yep.
Funny enough, about the right back position, I don't know what you guys think of it in the chat. Pops has heard of it. I think someone sent me a clip on once doing this show with Ransom Hussein Sobasai for right back.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's
because he has
delirium.
the. Yeah, boy, I don't know where you see what it is, but like, this is the thing. This again, sorry, I know I'm debriefing from the game. Sorry, I apologize about this, but you see what it is. Some of these YouTube that think they know everything, every tactical analysis. Yeah, if you do this player, they think they know it all. They come out with these statements saying, yeah, because of his work rate of that, but he has not got the defensive positional sense to do a right back situation. But I just thought I mention that quickly anyway. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, people can get kind of, well, he's a footballer. He's got a right foot. He can kick it and pass it and run and stuff. It's like, yeah. Look, stick a left winger who knows what they're doing up against him, and you'll give the man a nightmare. Yeah, it's not like you can work hard, but if you're getting beaten by a winger, it doesn't matter if you're working hard. If you're not a natural, we've had enough of this, like not natural defenders playing in defensive positions. So yeah, if that maybe they're just kind of super fans and they don't want to say drop him, I'd assume maybe. But why would you play him when you've got an out and out right back like Bradley just sitting there? Excuse me. Doesn't make any sense. Just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate. That's just overcomplicating shit. Absolutely. Like, there's absolutely no need for things like that. Just sitting down. Keep it simple and keep the instructions to the players to a minimal. or to a minimum, and you don't overload these guys with information. Yeah, you see the way they come on, and when they're taking out these flip charts and you're this and pointing at this and pointing at that, you see the players as yeah. You don't need too much um extra on you. You just let a lad who goes out and say, yeah, you're a natural right back, so here's the extra bits and pieces you want
Yeah.
you to do. With Dom, you're having to tell him, you need to stand here, you need to stand there, you need to be here, you need to go there. Don't go here. Don't do that. Don't do this. No. No. Funny though.
Yeah.
Right back, bombing, right crossing, running, defensive capabilities like Connor. Yeah. Do you think we're actually going to see? Does anybody have a return date on Trent, or have we seen the last
Last
of
I
him?
heard of. No, I don't think so. He'll play before the end of the season. I don't know. I definitely think so. I mean, if they don't, in my opinion, again, I could be completely wrong. I think it's the fact that he will definitely be fit to play some part. If they don't, they're probably trying to protect him due to his Royal Madrid announcement. If they
Yeah, it'll
don't,
be
for me,
interesting. It'll be
yeah, yeah,
interesting to
it's
see.
true, yeah. Because I don't
Last
know if
game of the
you,
season at
like,
Anfield. Trent
interesting,
doing the lap of honor at
interesting.
the end. How well would that
Yeah,
go down?
yeah. I don't think it'll be that as bad as it be, but he'll get a few. But because he again, as he says, I don't talk about it, I don't mention it unless it's actual done. So he's gonna keep quiet until the actual announcement when it's all finalized. So but whether he plays or not, to be honest, I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered at this stage. But I personally think he will. I don't know about you. What you guys think, JK?
JK, what do you think? Do you think this might be the last we've seen of Trent? Are you overly worried? Like, could it be prudent to just get Bradley in? Like Trent, you're going to be going, so we get Bradley into the team. What his job is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you
Um,
see it?
I don't know, the Trent situation for me is done and dusted. I'm not really even thinking about him no more in that way of he's going to play this game, that game. But for me, Bradley,
Completely.
top player, carry on playing, bro. If he's the main right back next season, so be it. The Trent situation, it would be funny if he signs a new contract and he stays. Yeah. So, until it's official, I'm not going to say anything really about Trent. He's going to play in this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm. Very funny, Lee. Very funny. What's he saying? You mean Trent Torremolinos, Alexander Arnold, last seen buying a donkey toy was being cruel to a cow. Yeah. Yeah. Off to Madrid. Off to the old. Do they still do that? I don't think they do anymore, do they? The bullfights, I think they. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat are like, look, just play Bradley. But if, like saying JK, lap of honor, it's Crystal Palace, isn't it? Last game of season's Crystal Palace at home, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, so last game of season, lap of honor. They're all walking around at the end, applauding the crowd. How do you think the crowd reaction will be to Trent?
I reckon it'll be all right. As fans ain't like that. Even if you're pissed off, they'll keep it bottled and just say, you know what, so be it. That's my opinion. As I said before, it's a mental thing for him. I think he's been at the club so long, he needs to change the scene. My opinion. But I reckon they'll
I
be all
think
right with
let
it.
us know. Yeah. No, I know you can't answer it, but I think it'd be like 90% positive. You might have the odd dickhead. No, I'm sure you would have more than the odd one, but I think it'd be like 90% positive, and so it should be. I think, especially in that setting, he still deserves a lot of praise and credit and all that for everything he's done for us while he was here. Not done for us, but everything he was a part of while he was here. He was part of a team. He didn't do it on his own. So, but he delivered on the pitch, which is all we ask from players. Just deliver on the pitch. All the rest of it we shouldn't really care that much about. If they're just living their lives off the pitch, don't really care what you're doing, mate. If you're showing up every week and delivering, what you get paid to do. Again, at the end of the day, it is a job, and they get paid very well to do it. So you're a striker, you're a defender, you're a goalkeeper. It's your job to do well at that. And so as long as these boys come up and show up, and I think Trent has always shown up, never talked shit about us off the pitch, never let us down really on the pitch. Moments where he hasn't been perfect, but that can happen to any player. So yeah, I think it should be a little bit tinged with kind of, yeah, we're clearly not happy with the fact that you're walking out on the club on a free transfer, but putting that to one side, it's not exactly murder or anything. It's your life. But yeah, he deserves much more appreciation than he does opprobrium for wanting to leave. I think it's 90% positive. Yeah, you'll get the idiots online, won't you? Of course you will. But the people in the stadium are the ones that would make me feel, if I was a player, it wouldn't be, yeah, some dickhead on Twitter said something. Of course they did. But if there's 60,000 people in a stadium applauding you and cheering you, well, that's the real feeling for you. I think so. I just think, yeah, you could see by the time you get to it, it's like, oh yeah, Trenty's been out for a while now. Time to get back to fitness, yada, yada, yada. But I think it could be minimal. I don't think he's all of a sudden going to come back in and start every single game. You never know, man. It's an unusual situation. Like Jared saying, Trent was a good player for us, was part of our UEFA Champions League and Premier League. Yeah, putting up all the records for assists. Never hid. Was always there. And he has some of his iconic moments as well. Corner taken quickly, a couple of free kicks. It's all there for him. So I think he's not left anything on the table. He's given it all. Philip saying, time for Bradley to say slot. I'm first choice for next season by putting in performance if he can. Yeah, Philip, the only issue with Bradley really is staying fit, isn't it? Because remember what he was like, Phil, when he came into the team first. Like he played like 3 or 4 games and he got like goal and assist in 5 games, something like that. He massively kind of broke in. So yeah, I like it. I like Bradley, and I don't think. I think Slot knew from day one that Trent wasn't going to be around, and he was adjusting the role to play with a more orthodox right back, a team that wasn't built around Trent, because he knew in 12 years or 12 months Trent wasn't going to be staying. But yeah, Bradley's rock solid. Bradley would walk into a lot of teams. Trent was brilliant, and he can do what he wants, just like other people who are Reds then left. I only care about us, same as I've always been. Yeah, once they're gone, man, you thank them for their service, unless it's a due, and we haven't had pain for the club and create bad headlines and all that stuff. Anyone else that leaves, they usually leave on good terms, because more often than not, we're selling players. Most players don't want to leave Liverpool. There's only the odd few that want to leave. Suarez, Coutinho, Torres. Yeah, I shouldn't start listing too many, but in the main, yeah, I think we generally tend to have a good relationship with ex-players. I don't know if you guys agree with that. There's not really too many where they get, like, nobody gets booed when they come back to Anfield. Nobody. I mean, Juve probably did, but even then, the fans are so respectful and polite at Anfield. They know kind of, I don't know, they abide by the old, like that thing where the opposition goalkeeper gets applauded back out onto the pitch by the cop and all that in the second half. Not many people know about that. That's the thing that happens in Anfield. The goalkeeper gets a round of applause, the opposition goalkeeper. Just as a mark of respect, being proper fans. So I don't think we dig our old players out too much. I don't know what you boys, if you're
Yeah,
think of that.
yeah, we're decent human beings, bro. Um, yeah, but even within like when you look at the football shows like YouTube and this, that, and the other, you get the odd Liverpool content creator who's not really with the program. But in general, Liverpool fans are top guys, top human beings. Hence why majority of us here right now on this show are here. Look at the comments, bro. Decent human beings, decent chat, decent sentences written into the comments. So that's why I think Trent will be okay last game of the season if he's there. He ain't gonna get a lot of stress. Life moves on.
Yeah. How are you, Mark?
You
Good
know,
seeing Mark. Good seeing.
that's good to see you, Matt. Everyone else in the chat.
Yeah, like it just isn't, and that's the thing about football. It's kind of when you know a player is leaving, it's like, oh no, he's leaving. I'm really sad about that. But then as soon as the season starts and you're playing football, you forget real quick. You forget about it real quick. Once the whistle goes in the next game, it's like there's only so long you can kind of wait, or you can dream about it, like, or mourn it. It's just you move on real quick in football. That's the best thing about football. You play badly, you've got another game in 3-4 days to put it right again. It just doesn't wait around for anyone. Everybody, it's not about being forgotten. But after Torres left, after Fowler left, after Kenny Dalglish, Graham Souness, Barnes, we started the next game, the next season without them, and we went on. It's just kind of sucks when for like 6 months that a player is leaving, and he's a good player. That does kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's been a bit of a mad one with Trent, Salah, and Virgil all possibly leaving. So it's been a bit of a mad cycle. But with Salah sort of signing, he was probably one of the biggest guys out of the three. You could have thought, you know what, I can go and get $1 million a week if I move down to Saudi Arabia or wherever he wants to go. He could have got a wicked wage. That's why I got big respect for Mo Salah. Okay, we haven't really talked about him signing the contract. We ain't done a program about it yet, and I will do. But look at that, bro. That is a guy who has no connection to Liverpool at all. He came to Chelsea when he came to England first. But when you look at it, what a guy. What a guy. He's proper, you know what? I love Liverpool. And the way he plays football shows that. And the way he signed that contract, bro, his throne should have been bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for
Beg
me,
you on it.
he's a top guy, man. What a guy.
You don't.
Like,
Yeah, you don't be getting your thrones off Timo, lads. Come on.
you know what I mean, bro? You know what I mean? They'll
No,
say
it's good
they want
stuff.
the
It's
player
good
to be
stuff.
bigger than the throne, if you know what I mean. So the
Yeah.
throne's just there. It's just there. It's the main throne or royalty is the main player, is Salah, isn't it? They'll come out without FSG.
Exactly. Yeah. Uh, great for Mo and that man. He needs to start doing what he was been doing for the majority of the season because the last month he been MIA, and I'm not talking about the song MIA or the artist. So we need Mo to do back to one things. What I want, I don't even want goals from Mo because whether he wins, I'm not bothered about. I want him to get the assist because when he does, believe me, I'll be rubbing it in them Arsenal faces and upsetting them and telling them King
Uh-oh.
Mo is better than your goal. Your goal. Oh, believe me, I'm gonna troll them. Believe me. Oh. I just want him to get the assists.
You
Who's a
know,
better player?
okay,
Who's a better
go on.
player? Who's a better player, Henry or
Oh,
Salah?
oh,
Who's a better
I said,
footballer?
on football, man, I can't be biased. I could say Henri, but you know what? Wait, if once Salah finish, I mean, Salah does get slept on, and although people disagree about his dribbling or he doesn't dribble like finishes like Henri, but he can. It's weird. But you know what? I'm slowly. I'm telling you, man. The next year, I'll be changing. I'll be changing it. I'll be changing it. Be changing it because Mo, he's like I was me and Jake were discussing this. Mo, he's a better footballer than he was 5 years ago. He's a better footballer all round, and that says
This is
something. Was
this is
Henri
what
at
I
this
talked
stage
about
of his
last
career?
night. Matt. This is what we
Yeah,
talked about last night, wasn't it? I said like on your show, I was talking about
yeah,
players that don't improve. Like you buy a
mm,
player like Darwin, Dom, they're still the exact same player that we bought 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
yeah. He did.
That's
Yeah,
what we're talking about. Like Salah, just well, I suppose he did come in like a house on fire, but he has like that's improved. That's progression. That's improvement. Like to go from where he was at Roma, which was good, very good at Roma. But yeah, it is. It's just someone who just you can see them getting better in front of your eyes.
yeah. 100% right, right. Pops is
I'm just,
checking
I'm
it
just
out.
trying to get
Pops.
you out of your Henri question because you don't want to answer. Yeah, Pop's just saying what?
He pleads the fifth. He's checking it
Yeah,
out.
oh, of
Moses
course he
got.
does.
Yeah,
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 That's a good one.
yeah. Pops. Yeah, plead
of
it. Yeah.
course he does.
Pops. No, there's
Yeah,
no pleading. You go to court. Either you're guilty or you're not guilty.
I like
yeah.
that one, Box. I like that one. I'm not going to be
Marianne's
biased.
here. Marianne's here. Marion, whatever you do, don't look at the list. Don't look at the squad list, Marion. Whatever you do.
Hey,
Nice
Marianne.
one,
Big up
Marianne.
Philip. Big up
Great to
Philip
see
and
you.
Lee. Obviously in the chat.
Abdul, Lee, everyone.
Yeah, everyone, man. Lee. Yeah, exactly.
Gerard, Pops. What I'm going to say is I'm not going to be biased. I don't want to be, but I'm going to say Salah.
Straight there.
Not
Straight
fair
up.
enough. No,
I liked
big up
Henri.
JK.
I liked Henri, but I never looked at Henri and said, "Oh, I want to play football like him." If you know what I mean. Like Gerard gave me that vibe. But
I
for
wouldn't
me,
mind it.
I don't know. I just like Salah more. I'd rather watch Salah play. But Henri was a player, though. Come on, there is a bit of bias in there.
Yeah, I'd still go Henri just as a footballer, as a player. Um, just about Henri, but Salah. Yeah, I mean you're talking about 1% in the difference, 0.5% in the difference, but just like it's going to be a future front three. When time moves on and everybody not forgets about, but maybe like the gigs type era for best 11s and all that. Even Henri is around that time, but like Henri and Salah, in a 4-3-3, Henri on the left, Salah on the right. Even some players could play up front in that and do well. But Pops, yeah, the beige and reds. If anybody that's a mod on this channel,
I'll put
Marian's
the link
there.
in for him.
Yeah, if you can
I'll
put
put
the
the link
link
in
in
for
for the
Pops.
beige and
Yeah,
reds,
no problem.
they're doing a
Go
watch
along.
along starting.
Hmm
What, in about 5 minutes, I'd imagine, if not already.
I'll put the link
Yeah,
in
so
Yeah.
the chat.
everybody that is going to head off or moving over somewhere, just have a great day, enjoy the match,
There's
and
a link.
I'm sure we'll be
If you
back
wanna.
after.
Yeah, we'll do a after match mad one. Depending on the score, but yeah, that's cool. I'll put the link in for Pops's watch along. So all you guys, Fozzie's doing a watch along as well. I'll whack that link in there as well
Oh,
for you guys.
oh,
Yeah, big up,
There's a couple
guys.
of watch
Yeah.
alongs happening, so I'll put the link in for that. Press the like on this one as well for 12th man. That'd be blessed for everyone in the chat. And
yeah,
there you
you
go.
reminded me. I better. I
There's
haven't
so
even
there's
liked
two
them.
watch
So.
alongs with two top channels, Barjan and Fozzie's channel. If you like doing watch alongs, there you go.
That's it.
Looking forward to
Okay,
this game.
sweet.
I just got a good vibe from Salah anyway. He's going to do some business today. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tuesday,
I
man.
don't know, Marianne. You didn't give us your score prediction. I think it's only Marianne that hasn't given us a score prediction. Philip, I think you gave us a 3-1. If I'm mistaken, let me know. But anyone hasn't put their score prediction in, now is your last chance. And yeah, sorry, yeah, I think it is. I think he has one set up here. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you'll.
Yeah, the
2-0.
thumbnails there as well.
Cool. Yeah, well, we'll be doing on this. We'll do it on this channel anyway. There will be a post-match reaction, folks. So probably within 10 minutes of the game finishing, we should be
Yeah.
ready to go over here. So
Yeah.
keep the notifications turned on. Check your notifications. Make sure they are turned on. That's a big thing as well, and make sure it's turned on to all, because we know what YouTube is like for live streams. So just make sure refresh your notifications every now and again. Hit all, and we'll be back just after 5. No, just Christ, no, it's a 2 o'clock kickoff, not 3 o'clock.
Yeah. 3. Say about 10 to 4. 5 to 4. Let's say 5 to 4.
Yeah, keep an eye out, folks. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Jimmy's in. Oh, there's some latecomers in. Mike Mag is here. Have a great day, man. And everyone else. So yeah.
I subscribed to his channel yesterday.
Right, Mag, yeah.
That's up
Nice.
there.
Big up,
I put
big
your
up.
link in the chat yesterday. I was on and say if you got any more extra followers. I'll put it on to you, and some other guy popped up. I was like, oh, this ain't my brother. I was like, this ain't my brother. And I was like, ooh, well, okay, that's the one. Yeah, funny man.
Okie doke. Nice one. Someone's getting a train. Sweet. Okay, boys.
Sorted.
Everyone, have a great day.
Have a great
Enjoy
day.
it,
Enjoy
man.
the game, people. Take care, guys.
Take care.